Namaskar friends, welcome back to the channel Living Economics. Today we will be discussing about monopoly and price and output determination under monopoly if monopoly is a profit maximizing firm. In this video we will see the answers to these questions. First is definitely what is monopoly, why do monopolies arise, how do monopolies choose their price and quantity when they are a profit maximizing firm, and last but not the least, how do monopolies affect society's well-being. So let's start our discussion with the introduction. What is a monopoly? A monopoly is a firm that is the sole seller of a product without close substitutes. That means there is a single seller of the product or a good and there is no close substitutes available to that good. For example, Indian Railways. Though there are many services like buses, aircrafts, but as close substitute means there is no other railways available in India. So Indian Railway is a monopoly, though it is not a profit maximizing monopoly because it is run by the government. Why monopolies arise? What is the reason that there are monopolies in the market? Basically, there are few barriers to entry when other firms cannot enter the market, and this is the reason why there is a single firm which is running the entire market or which is holding the share of most of the market, maybe 80% or 90% of the total shares. We will see that there are three major sources of barriers to entry, though there are many, but we will just focus on three which are important. First is when a single firm owns the key resource of production or raw materials, then in that case other firms cannot own those resources and cannot convert input into output. Monopoly can emerge when it doesn't allow the resources to be used by other firms. Example is De Beers owns most of the world's diamond mines, and that is why it is a sort of monopoly in the world market. Second reason is when government gives a single firm the exclusive right to produce a good, and that is sometimes it is patents, copyright laws, when no other firm is allowed to enter the market. Before 1990, aviation industry was a monopoly because the government never allowed any other aircraft to enter the aviation market. After 1991, aviation market has converted from monopoly to oligopoly when there are few firms. Third important reason is natural monopoly, when due to economies of scale, monopoly naturally emerges. So let's see how this natural monopoly works with the help of the example. Let's say there are 2,000 homes which need electricity. In the graph, you can see that we are measuring quantity on the x-axis and cost of providing electricity to each home on the y-axis. The firm is achieving economies of scale because of huge fixed investment, huge fixed cost. So average total cost decreases if it provides more number of homes the electricity. You can see when it provides 1,000 homes electricity, the average total cost of this firm is $40. Whereas if it increases the number of homes from 1,000 to 2,000, it can reduce the average cost from $40 to $30. So this is exactly what is economies of scale, which is a barrier to entry for another firms. So let us see how profit maximizing monopolist would set its price and output. Before that, we must understand that demand curve of a monopolist would be downward sloping, unlike any firm under perfectly competitive market which has horizontal demand curve, because the firms under perfectly competitive market are price takers. Therefore, they cannot increase or decrease the price. They can sell as many units as they want at the same price, which is driven by the market. Monopolist is the only seller. It faces the entire market demand curve, and in order to sell a larger quantity, the firm must reduce the price. That is why demand curve is sloping downwards as per the law of demand. So we will see how price and output would be fixed under profit maximization condition of a monopolist. A monopolist, like any other profit maximizing firm, would maximize profit by producing the quantity where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, because we already understand the relationship between total and marginal. When marginal profits are some positive number, total profit increases. When marginal profit are negative, total profit decreases. Therefore, when marginal profits are zero, total profits are maximum, and that is why marginal profits will be zero when MR is equal to MC. So let's say if MR is $10 and MC is also $10, then your marginal profit is zero. You can look at the graph. We have a demand curve, which is also called as average revenue curve. We have a marginal revenue curve, which is falling below the demand curve. It falls below the demand curve for the reason, in order to sell more quantity, firm has to reduce the price of the last unit sold. And that is why MR slopes faster than the AR curve, which is also the demand curve. We understand that the profit maximizing quantity will be where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. So you can see clearly that MC intersects MR at some quantity, and as per the graph it is Q, which is a profit maximizing quantity. You can see now, in order to set the price, we need to look at the average revenue curve, which is also called as the demand curve and the price curve. So price would be set where it touches the demand curve. So in this case, price is P and quantity is Q, and now we need to find out what is the total profit of the firm with the help of average cost curve. We exactly know the relationship between average cost curve and marginal cost curve, right? Marginal cost curve intersects average cost curve from below at its minimum point, and therefore we have an average cost curve over here at Q. Now we know how to calculate profit. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. In order to know total profit, we must subtract total cost from total revenue, but in this graph you can see that we have instead average revenue and average cost curve. So we can calculate total profit by multiplying the average profit with the quantity. Now you can see at Q, price is P and average cost is ATC. So the average profit is the difference between price, which is average revenue or demand curve, and the average total cost curve. This is average profit, that is profit per unit. Now if you multiply profit per unit into the quantity sold, you'll get the total profit, right? So the monopolist profit equals AR minus ATC multiplied by the quantity. And therefore, the orange shaded area is the total profit of the firm. We can see that this firm is earning positive economic profit because here average revenue is greater than average cost at Q. In the short run, there is a question that whether monopolist can earn positive economic profit, or in other words supernormal profits or abnormal profits in long run as well. The answer is yes, because there are barriers to entry. Seeing the abnormal profit or the supernormal profit of this firm, new firms cannot enter the market. When these firms cannot enter the market, the firm which is the monopolist can control the quantity and the price to maximize its profit as per its wishes. Therefore, in long run as well, monopolist can earn supernormal profit or positive economic profit. Now let us check out the welfare cost of monopoly. Monopoly is one of the sources of market failure. We will see with the help of a graph how dead weight loss is created. You can see in the graph, price is measured on the y-axis, quantity is measured on the x-axis. The blue demand curve is sloping downward from left to right. There is a marginal cost curve, which is also called as supply curve, rising portion of the supply curve. And in a competitive equilibrium, if you see, price is set equal to the marginal cost. Whereas monopoly sets the price where it is greater than marginal cost. You can see competitive market equilibrium is QE, where price is equal to marginal cost, and therefore you can generate total surplus. Total surplus is the composition of producer surplus and consumer surplus. So when price is equal to marginal cost, producer surplus is maximized as well as consumer surplus is also maximized. Whereas monopoly sets its price where MR is equal to MC. So here quantity is QM rather than QE, which is less than to maximize the total surplus. And price over this QM is higher than the marginal cost. So you can see this green shaded area. This is called as deadweight loss. This is a loss of the resources or misallocation of the resources or inappropriate allocation of the resources, because this firm can increase the output by QE amount can reduce the average total cost, can reduce the price as well, and can increase the social welfare or the total welfare of the society by selling the quantity at a lesser price. But since it is a profit maximizing monopolist, it doesn't intend to increase the quantity because it will have some lesser profit compared to when it is producing at QM. Thanks for the patience listening. For any query or doubts, please put your comments in the comment box. I'll try my best to clarify those doubts. Thank you very much.